Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the order of an element of a group with the help of some examples, and will prove the result earlier we have proved with the help of these examples. Let us take the one of which is if the order of an element A of a group G is n, then show that the order of AP is also n, provided n and p are relative prime. Means if we are given the order of an element is A, say A of a group G is n, means order of A is equal to n, and we are given order, let us suppose the order of AP, that is an integral power of A, is say n. We need to, and P and N are relative prime. We need to prove that the order of AP is also n, not n. Means we have to prove that n and m are equal in case when P and N are relative prime. This we can prove with the help of an example very easily. Later on we will prove them mathematically also, but let us take the simple example as we usually take. Say 1 minus 1 iota and minus iota dot is the group. Order of, let us take one of them, these elements, say iota. We know the order of iota is 4, means iota raised to the power 4 is equal to 1. Let us take two integral power of iota, iota raised to the power 13 and iota raised to the power 14. We can clearly see that 13 is prime to 4 and 14 is not prime, relative prime to 4. These are not relative prime, but 4 and 13 are relative prime. So let us find the order of these two elements. Order of iota, in order to find the order of iota raised to the power 13, I can write iota raised to the power 13 k is equal to 1. K may be 1, 2, 3, 4. So for iota raised to the power 13 is not equal to 0, as we know. Iota raised to the power 26 means 13 into 2. Iota raised to the power 26 is not equal to 1. Iota raised to the power 39 is not equal to 1. Iota raised to the power 52 is 1. So iota raised to the power order of iota raised to the power 13 is 4. And here we can see that iota raised to the power 14 into 1 is equal to iota square is equal to minus 1 is not equal to 1. Iota raised to the power 14 into 2 means I can write this as 28, 7 into 4, 4 into 7 is equal to 1. Means order of iota raised to the power 14 is equal to 2. So we can easily see that if the order of element is prime to order of integral power of the element, then order will remain the same. Otherwise, if they are not relative prime, otherwise their order will be different. Order of iota is 4 and order of iota raised to the power 14 is 2. Clearly, this example shows our result. But we have to prove this mathematically also. So, let us take order of AP is equal to n. Means order of A raised to the power P is n, and we know order of A is equal to n. Order of A is equal to n means A raised to the power n is equal to identity. Order of A is n is the lowest one, lowest integer. So A raised to the power n is equal to identity. I can write A raised to the power n, A raised to the power n raised to the power p is equal to E raised to the power p. And this can be written as A raised to the power P raised to the power n is equal to identity, E raised to the power P is again identity. So from this result, I can say order of A raised to the power P is less than or equal to n. Means a raised to power p raised to power n is equal to identity. So order of a raised to the power p is less than or equal to n. Now, what is order of AP? We have taken this as n. So this is one of the result. M is less than or equal to n. Again, P and N are relative prime. So HCF of P and N is 1. Therefore, 1 can be written as for any P, Q and R at this such that P, Q and N, R is equal to 1. There exists Q and R in such a way that the PQ plus NR is equal to 1. Since P and N, HCF of P and N is 1, therefore I can write 1 as a combination of P and Q, P and N in such a way that there exists Q and R in such a way that this result will be equal to 1. For HCF we can say see it from number theory. Now let us consider a raised to the power 1 is equal to a raised to the power PQ plus NR. This I can write a raised to the power PQ into a raised to the power NR. This I can write a raised to the power P raised to the power Q and a raised to the power N raised to the power R. And this I can write a raised to the power N. Order of A is equal to N. So a raised to the power N is equal to identity. I can write a raised to the power P raised to the power Q and E raised to the power R, that is a raised to the power P whole raised to the power Q into identity. This is again identity, so I can write this is equal to a raised to the power P and Q. Now let us consider a raised to the power n from here. A raised to the power m is equal to a raised to the power P Q whole raised to the power n. I can write a raised to the power P whole raised to the power m straight way. This I can write, and since order of AP is equal to n, means this will be equal to identity. This will be equal to identity raised to power Q and this is equal to identity. So from this result I can say order of A is less than or equal to n, but we know that the order of A is n, so I can say n is less than or equal to n. This is another result. From these two results we can conclude that n is equal to n. Therefore we can see from these results that if n and p are relative prime, then order of an integral power will be the same as of order of the element. If they are not prime, then order may be different. We proved this one. Now, with some more examples, I will prove some more results and more conclusions. Say, I take 2 or 3 examples. Say, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and operation as additive modulo 6. Additive modulo 6. So let us try to find out the order of these elements. Order of 0. What will be the order of 0? Identity of this set along with this operation gives us 0 or 6 will be equal to 0. So order of 0, what is the order of 0? 0 is 1. Now order of 1, I can write straightforward in this way. Order of 1 means 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6 times we will get 6, and that is equal to 0 and equal to identity. So order of 1 will be equal to 6, and order of 2 2 plus 2 plus 2, 3 times. So this will give us the order as 3. Order of 3, 3 plus 3, 6. So order will be equal to 2. Order of 4, 4 plus 4 plus 4. So order of 4 will be equal to 3, 3 times, and order of 5 will be equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, 6 times will give us 30, and in this modulo case 30 will be equal to 0, so identity, so its order will be 6. So we can find the order of any element. From here we can draw some conclusions. Number of elements in this set are even. We can see number of elements in this set are even. And we proved earlier one theorem that order of an identity element is always 1. So this is your identity, order of this. So from this way we can also find the identity of any group. So order of identity will always be equal to 1. Again, we also proved earlier that the order of an element and its inverse are equal. So from here we conclude that this element has order 6 and this element has order 6. Therefore, these two are the elements which are inverse to each other. We can prove this by the table also, but from this here we can conclude that 1 is inverse of 5 and 5 is inverse of 1 in this case. So, since we have the theorem that inverse element have the same order, inverse element have same order, therefore this element is inverse of this one, and this element is inverse of this one, and this element have mutually inverse to each other. So 2 is the inverse of 4 and 4 is the inverse of 2 in this group. So we can find the inverse from here also, inverse of an element also. And the last one, this is single element. As I earlier told you that this group is of even order, and from here we can conclude that one element has identity order 1, other have inverse of each other. So in pairs they will be in pairs. So 2 and 2, 4. Remaining element will be invertible to inverse of itself. Means 3 is inverse of 3 itself, which has inverse. It means a inverse of 3 minus 3, inverse of 3 will be 3 in this case. So when the number of elements in a group are even, then there will exist at least one element whose inverse will be equal to itself. Means a square will be equal to identity. There must be an element, at least one element whose inverse will be equal to identity. Inverse will be equal to the element itself. From here we can find this result. Now, we take two more examples of infinite group. Say set of non-zero rational number, set of non-zero rational numbers, and operation non-zero rational number and operation as multiplication. What will the non-zero rational number and operation is multiplication, identity will be 1. And its order will be equal to, order of 1 will be equal to 1. It is identity element. And the other element, minus 1, its order will be equal to 2. And all remaining elements have infinite order. Order of all other elements will be infinite. Naturally, there are limited elements which have order, finite order, otherwise remaining elements are such that their order are always infinite. So in case of infinite group, there are few elements, there may be few elements at least one element whose order is 1, that is identity, and there may be other 1 or 2 elements such that their order is finite, otherwise all the remaining elements have order infinite. From this example we can see the result. Now one more example which I would like to prove. If in a group G, we are given order of a raised to the power 5 is equal to identity. In a group G is a group and A is an element of G, and it is given that order a raised to the power 5 is equal to identity, and we are given AB A inverse is equal to B square. AB A inverse is equal to B square for all AB belongs to G. We are given here. Then required is to find the order of B. We need to find the order of B. How we can find the order of B here? We are given this one and we have to utilize this one. With these two results, we have to evaluate order of B, means there must be an element B let us suppose let order of B be n, then B raised to the power n is the lowest one, B raised to the power n will be equal to identity. So identity must appear for this, and then n will be the order of the element which is the lowest one. Now, in order to find this result, what we have to do? We can use this result and this one. How we can find the result? A, B, A. Let us start with this. A, B, A inverse, this one. What we will get? A, B, A inverse and A, B, A inverse. So using the associative property and identity etc., I can straightforward write A, this is equal to A, B, A inverse. Let us define this one. A, B, A inverse A and B and A inverse. This I can write A, B and identity into B and A inverse, and this is equal to B, so I can write A B square A inverse. So from here we conclude that A B square A inverse, but we know this result A raised to the power 5 is equal to identity, means we have to find somehow we have to create such a way that A raised to the power or A raised to the power minus 1, the power will be increasing, will have to be increased. So I can use this result here. This I can write A B A inverse instead of B square. I can write A B A inverse and A inverse. So this will give us A square and B and A raised to the power minus 2. So squaring this I get this result. Here power of A increases. As we need this type of power. So we are trying to increase the power of A and A inverse. Again squaring this A inverse raised to the power 4 and squaring this A square B A raised to the power minus 2 is 2. And this I can write A square B A raised to the power minus 2 and A square B and A raised to the power minus 2. And straightforward I can easily write A square. This will give us identity. So A square B square A square B square A raised to the power minus 2. And using again for B square this result I can say A cube B and A raised to the power minus 3. I can write easily by using B square as A inverse. So squaring this we again have an increase of 1, increase by 1 in this. So again square this A inverse raised to the power 4 will give us. So A inverse raised to the power A will give us A raised to the power 4, A raised to the power 4B, A raised to the power minus 3. And again in squaring we will get this is equal to A raised to the power 5, A raised to the power 5B and A raised to the power minus 5. So increasing by 1. A
minus 3 minus 4.
Minus 4. Minus 4. So yes. This will give us एक कहीं 4 8 में 4 हो गया 16 में
तो इसके लिए इक्वल हो जाएगा ना
A raised to the power 5 is equal to identity B and A raised to the power 5 is equal to identity inverse. This will be equal to B. So AB A inverse raised to the power 16 is equal to B. We need to prove that order of, and this is in pure case, what we will get, squaring this AB A inverse squaring this raised to the power 16 will give us B square. And squaring this I get AB square A inverse raised to the power 16 is equal to B square. So B square B square 16 square